Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast, a fan podcast dedicated to Manchester United Football Club. As always, like, subscribe, follow, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or YouTube, and don't forget to follow on social media, Instagram, TikTok, or X. I hope everyone is enjoying their weekend or is going to find something new to enjoy their weekend with after that performance. Hull City 2, Manchester United 0. United lose their first game of the season. Is anyone shocked? No, like realistically, like I know. How do I say this? I said this in episodes before. No game is an easy win. There's no guarantee. I even mentioned how the squad plays against certain teams, and I mentioned that in the preview to this match. I mentioned the aggressiveness of Hull City. I mentioned not that Man United had to control the midfield. First of all, before I start getting into negativity or upset or whatever, congratulations to Hull City on winning. They deserved it. They had the game plan. They're at home. The set pieces, the movement, the press, like it was Hull City. Don't let the stats be like, whoa, United had 72%. Yes, United also lost 2-0. Stats don't set everything. Hull City again, yeah. Congratulations on the win, first of all. Well played. Set pieces, the movement. Now to Manchester United. What the hell was that? the they seemed, I wouldn't say chase is the word, but they were behind. The midfield wasn't controlled. The back four did not seem well. They got out-muscled trying to defend the air. Duels weren't great. They made turnovers. The first goal was due to a poor turnover. I don't know if it was in Buemo. Expecting the ball to get to him. He didn't come to the ball. Hull City picked it off. Forced with the pass onto the left. Kick led to a corner, which led to the goal, which, again, Lemens, you can only do so much. Saved it. Our defense couldn't clear out. There is a photo of Harry Maguire marking and holding Mazraoui instead of doing that to the Hull City player, which is what he's supposed to be doing. But hey, it's yeah. But is today's game embarrassing? Yes. And then the set piece, the free kick, header in. It was well played. So again, defensively, we couldn't do anything. We couldn't defend against their low block. We couldn't do anything in the box. We couldn't get shots off. Again, the possession's high is because we're trying to catch up. So, but the clearance by Hull City, great. Able to move it out on the wing. Again, they were able to move through the middle easily with Bruno, Tielemans, and Santos, who all of them had horrendous games. And Buemo, Lemens, probably the best players today, in my opinion. But it's not like they're screaming winning, or fantastic. I wasn't like I also mentioned in the preview, we needed a minimum 12 points going into this first 5 games. Well, we've just dropped 3. And the one thing too is I said this over the last couple episodes. I said this in my my season premiere or season preview. Sorry, we have Everton, Ipswich, and Hull City as our first 3. We can't be dropping points. We just dropped 3 today. We have Ipswich at home next week. We can't drop points there. We can't drop points against Everton when we go on the road. We can't drop points against City and Fulham. But we just dropped points today. And the first 3 games that I mentioned are the 3 games that are important that we can't drop points. So United struggled today. Lack of attack. I know Ahmad got an injury late, I guess. So he was out today. So yeah, Mbeumo in his natural position, Cunha up as a striker, and then Dorgu out on the left wing. Dorgu struggled. today. He did. Cunha as a center forward, not great. The transition back when they brought on Sesko, you saw the improvement there, but it still wasn't enough. And Buemo out on the right was still fine. I thought, again, like I mentioned, he was one of our best players. The substitutions, looking at bottom up, Bruno was not good today. He wasn't. They were mentioning how Slater was man marking him, and just they took away Bruno. They did. He didn't do anything special. Like, and I'm doing my player ratings later on. Giving Harry come on, like giving Harry Maguire a 7.4 and a Bruno a 7.5. Come on. Sometimes when you're looking at the ratings and everything, you do some questioning. But no, overall, yeah, there was no offensive rhythm. There was no movement of the ball. There was no possession. They couldn't really do anything attacking. When they had opportunities in the box, they did nothing. There were wasted moments. Too many long balls by us. Tielemans, Bruno, Maguire, Shaw. Too many long balls. It was just... It was so one-dimensional. It was the same type of football that they were playing when Carrick took over. I thought there was supposed to be a possession-based game. I thought they were trying to keep control, not try to rely so much on counterattack and counterattacking. I didn't see any of that today. Stats are the most misleading thing in a game, no matter what sport. But the scoreboard and the play, and when you watched it, showed there. But no, overall, United, this was a horrendous game for United. It was. Hull City did everything right, and they deserved the win. They did. They did. This was... I've mentioned this before in episodes, and when I've done post games and previews and so on and so forth. Trap games. I didn't use it in my preview, but it was a trap game. I did mention the importance of not dropping points. We couldn't have that. We did. We just dropped our first 3. And and I'm sure people are going to complain that it was all Ambram's fault. It was. There was no... Yeah. Is there concerns? Yes. But hey, at least Dorgu is officially signed. Or not Dorgu, Baleba is officially signed. Guess what? Yeah, but he's not available for at least a couple weeks. So we're not going to probably see him until at least after the international break, what I opinion. But that's supposed to be finalized this week. But hey, we lost, but we finally got Baleba. Yay, our midfield is fucking fixed. It's not. We still need pieces here. But no, the midfield, Santos and Tielemans didn't work today. Fitness looks like there was an issue, but it's not our... their players are meant to be there, meant to get that ready. As of right now, Carrick and them are just... Yeah, the players didn't execute anything today. They didn't. No scoring, nothing. I know Sesko made his appearance, but Sesko didn't do much either. Like, Sesko, I know first fit, but he's there. He was obviously physically fit to be in those spots. So there were struggles. I'm not going to use lack of preseason as an excuse now. Again, preseason is to get yourself ready and get yourself ready to go for today. He was ready for today. Yes, lack of games, but he was ready for today. This game matters now. We are now down 3 points. That can literally be the reason why we don't make Champions League or make Europe this season. It can be 3 points. Arsenal has won. Arsenal has already got their 3 points. I'm expecting our other rivals to win their matches today. Yes, it's the beginning of the season. Yes, it's a 38-game season, but preseason is great. It's meant to get you fit, meant to see your players, do evaluations, get everything ready, and make sure you're testing out everything to get everything going for you to do in the season. So obviously possession base was thrown out the window. Didn't happen today. I don't care about 72% possession. That is such a misleading stat. We were out-muscled, out-dueled. We couldn't defend in the air. We couldn't defend on the set pieces. We weren't great defensively. We struggled out on the wings and the midfield. So Heaven, Maguire, neither one of them played well. It wasn't a good game. It wasn't. So, yeah, but no. Player ratings for today. Well, computer sometimes doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah, let me know what you guys think of your player ratings, and let me know what you think of what I posted. So Sané Lemens 6. Yes, he led in the 2 goals, but he made some key saves. Shaw 4.5, Heaven 5, Maguire 4.5, Mazraoui 5, Santos 5, Tielemans 5, just no legs. Bruno a 5, Dorgu 4.5, Cunha 5, Embuemo a 6. Yeah. Like Rashford was on for the second half, 5.5. Lacey wasn't on long enough, but 5.5. Sesko 5.5. Delo, when he came on, he was a 5. You saw some movement there. And Mainu 5.5. Carrick today. I'll give Carrick a 5. I like how you saw Wilcox and Barada sitting there. Like, this is the mess that you made. You wanted a back 4. You wanted this system because you thought you would get you points. And you did nothing to help him. Like, yeah. So that's your mess. But 3 points were dropped today. Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. Again, like I mentioned, having these first 3 games, I know everyone was jumping for joy, thinking it was going to be a walkthrough. But what I mentioned is we can't drop points. We can't drop points versus these 3. And United, when they face lower teams, and again, nothing against Hull City, nothing against Ipswich, and we know what Everton has done. But you have to still show up. This is why we lost against Grimsby last year. Not because of coaching, not because of whatever. It's because players and their lack of mentality. 3 points can make a difference for positioning. Our job is to compete with City, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Liverpool, Bournemouth, all the teams. Yeah. There are teams, we have competition. We have to be able to get it there. I mentioned sixth for us. But again, dropping points can be the difference on why we don't go through. Players didn't show up today. They didn't. They knew they had a game. And you can talk about the World Cup, you can talk about preseason, but we had players starting. Everyone's like, oh, lack of fitness. There's no. Players were playing in the preseason games. They had games to get there. They took 3 weeks off while they were playing in a tournament. Players were ready for this. They just did nothing. Even the substitutions did nothing, and I'm being generous to the substitutions. But in the end, second half didn't do anything. We didn't score. We didn't get scored on more, but there were opportunities for Hull. Hull did some good things. So, again, congratulations to Hull City on winning. You deserved it. Manchester United, terrible performance. So, it's, back to the drawing board. We have Ipswich next week. But yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday with a new episode of the podcast. Catching up on transfers, obviously now with the news of Baleba coming to Manchester United. He should be hopefully there by next week. I'm sure we're going to get some spins because we have 1 week to go until the transfer. We could use a backup striker. We could use another left back. We could use defenders. We could use more midfield. There's a lot of things still that need to be addressed. We have Champions League in 2 weeks. We play Everton, Champions League, then City, all within the span of a week. Can we drop 3 points? We may be playing at home next week, but that's not guaranteed a win. So But no, enjoy the remainder of the weekend. I'm sure everyone for the next 24 hours is going to be losing it. I've already seen some people saying sack Carrick, going after it. Again, like I mentioned, Carrick, the caretaker versus Carrick, now the coach, is different. He was told what to do, and this is like he says everything. We know. We're not blind by what's going on at Manchester United, but Carrick is now the coach. This is all on him. He's not the caretaker anymore. He's not there just to be there for a short period. So, but yeah, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Just catching up from the weekend. Any updates and transfers? Obviously, the Baleba news. Once again, I'll talk once he's officially signed and ready to go. I know he's got his medical. So, and then preview with Ipswich next week. The women's squad do play tomorrow as well. That's on MUTV, so I'll be watching that. I will touch base. I'll try to watch that, and I'll try to do a post game for that as well tomorrow. Sorry. Yeah, I'll do a post game for that and discuss that. So yeah, sorry. I'll do an episode tomorrow for a post game. After, I'll do player ratings just like I did today. My player ratings will be posted on my social media, Instagram, TikTok, or X. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and also to all those who've been viewing, liking, subscribing, downloading. Thank you very much for doing that as well. Greatly appreciate the support. So, but yes, I will talk to you guys tomorrow, and then talk to you guys on Tuesday. This is the Red Devils Corner Kick podcast. Glory, glory, Man United.